Welcome to Pre-Health 101, where we discuss what it is like to be pre-health at Stony Brook University. This webinar is great for all students as everyone has a different timeline. This webinar can give the motivated student much information they can expect at a first-time meeting with an advisor, as well as help them gain an earlier edge to being successful academically and manage their time to gain valuable experiences. Today's webinar will be broken up into two sections. During the first part of the webinar, we will discuss what it is like to be a pre-health student academically at Stony Brook, and that will be presented by myself, Kelly Haller. I am an advisor in pre-health, also known as pre-professional advising, for almost 4 years now, and I have been advising students in a variety of capacities for almost 14 years. The second part of our webinar will cover the different types of experiences that you will need to gain during your undergraduate education in order to be a successful pre-health student at Stony Brook University. The second part will be presented by one of our Career Center representatives who has a special focus in working with the pre-health student population. Let's begin with the first part, undergraduate education. Academics. Let's first take a minute to close our eyes and think about what it means to be a pre-health student in general. Some of the things we think about which help us to identify as a pre-health student is that you've considered a specific professional healthcare field. It's okay if it changes or if you don't have a specific occupation in mind, but the importance is that you do have the motivation and the feeling to want to work in healthcare. You may have found that you have had an interest in science or a desire and or commitment to help others. The pre-health student should identify as a leader, an educator, and or a team player. It's important that the pre-health student has an open mind and is willing to learn. Things in healthcare, education, and technology are constantly changing, and patients' ailments constantly change too. If you are a pre-health student, you would want to be open to change. Being pre-health at Stony Brook, you must have the willingness to work hard. We are a demanding school and are extremely competitive in the sciences. However, we do prepare you to be successful on your entrance exams and in your graduate courses. Our school is a top feeder school to many of the medical, dental, and other health professional programs, but you have to be willing to work hard. Some of the programs our students are looking to apply to are medicine, dentistry, veterinarian medicine, optometry, podiatry, pharmacy, occupational therapy, physician assistant, nursing, chiropractic medicine, physical therapy, audiology, nutrition, and many, many more. So what are the schools looking for in a strong applicant? What makes you a competitive student to apply to these health professions? First and foremost, the programs are looking for a student with a strong cumulative undergraduate GPA. The schools will average every undergraduate course you have taken in which you have earned a letter grade, and they will make a GPA of that. Yes, this will also include any college-level courses you may have taken in high school in which you paid for credits. Depending on which aforementioned program you are interested in, a solid cumulative GPA can range from 3.3 or higher. For medical and dental programs, a strong cumulative GPA would be a 3.6 or higher. The next thing that schools will look for is a student who has earned a strong undergraduate science GPA. Now, what's included in the undergraduate science GPA differs amongst programs. For example, for MD programs, they are very strict in that they will only calculate bio, chem, math, and physics courses in the science GPA, whereas DO programs are flexible. DO programs are flexible and will calculate all the science courses, including health science and engineering. However, they do not include math. So it's important to keep in the back of your mind which programs you are interested in applying to and which types of courses you would need to dedicate more time to in order to maintain a strong undergraduate science GPA. As with the cumulative GPA, programs differ on a competitive undergraduate science GPA as well. We like to say to aim for a 3.3 or higher in your undergraduate science GPA to be competitive. The programs will then look for a strong score on an entrance exam, if it's required. For example, medical programs require the MCAT. Many PA programs and vet schools require the GRE. Dental schools require the DAT, and pharmacy the PCAT. If your program requires an entrance exam, it is important to do well and to allocate time to prepare for the exam you need. It's important to note that schools will also look at the scores in each individual section of the exam. Some examples of ranges you would want to look for in scores. We like to say a nice goal is 510 or higher on the MCAT, 19 or higher on the DAT, 420 or higher on the PCAT, 300 on the GRE for PA, and so forth. Next, the schools want to make sure you have completed or are in the process of completing all of the required prerequisite courses that program requires. It is extremely important to know that prereqs can do and do differ from each individual program. We will discuss these in greater detail in just a few minutes. But it is important to know that this is something you can receive an automatic rejection for, not having the proper prerequisite courses. Lastly, the schools will look at all of the experiences you have gained throughout your undergraduate years, health-related, non-health related, employment, etc. Megan will go into greater detail regarding experiences in part 2 of our presentation. Have you noticed something missing from above? Is it intentionally missing? Major. The reason major was not included in the previous slide is because pre-health programs are not looking for a specific major. There is no specific major that is required to apply to any specific health profession. There may be some majors that have more required courses that overlap with some of the prereq courses required, but keep in mind, most major requirements are only 40 to 60 credits of the 120 credits you need to graduate. Therefore, most majors have the flexibility for you to still complete major requirements, core requirements, and your pre-health prerequisite requirements in the 120 credits needed to complete most undergraduate majors. Mr. Montrin likes to say that it's important to make sure that you pick a major that you love and that loves you back. This is the truth. You want to pick a major that you love because that will help you build a strong cumulative GPA. Remember, the first thing they look at. You also want to pick a major that will allow you to balance your prerequisite courses so that you are successful in them. This will allow you to build yourself a strong science GPA. Remember, the second thing that they look for. Consider a major that can allow you the time and flexibility in your schedule to prepare for an entrance exam and gain unique experiences. The third and fourth thing that they look at. But wait, why not? We even have students who major in theater or art who have very heavy major requirements, which have a large time commitment for their major. That's okay. Many of these students choose to stay an extra year to balance their schedule or to accommodate the prerequisite courses. Or they take some of the art and theater courses in the summer and or winter session. Or some very strong students are able to handle the 18 plus credits a semester. It's never recommended, but it has been done. Be sure to make an appointment with a pre-health advisor, an undergraduate college advisor, or a major advisor if you'd like to discuss exploring the right major for you. It is rarely too late to change your major. Most students are still on track to graduate in 4, even if they change their major after sophomore year. Now, to briefly discuss some of the courses you will be taking to pursue a career in the health professions. Some of these courses you may have earned credit for in high school or through AP, and many of these courses can be overlapped with the SBCs, or the core curriculum, that you will complete within any major. Remember, specific courses vary between professions. Many of you will be taking natural science courses. Many students will begin the math and chemistry, followed by biology and organic chemistry, which is then followed by biochemistry and physics. Depending on your interested field, you may not need to take all of these courses. The natural science courses are usually not acceptable as AP credit and are not usually accepted if taken outside of the United States. You will also likely need to take a few social behavioral science courses. Some programs require more than others. You most likely will find yourself taking an introductory to psychology and or an introductory to sociology course. Some programs require calculus and some only require statistics. Since you are at Stony Brook, most of you will be taking the math along with the chemistry and will automatically meet the math requirement. Statistics is also required by many programs and may or may not be met in your major or with AP credit. Lastly, most programs will require a couple humanities courses. Some programs will be specific in which type of humanities courses you need. For example, some pharmacy schools want 2 composition courses and an ethics course. Overall, there are many ways to be a successful pre-health student at Stony Brook. Make sure you meet with your pre-health advisor and major advisor often. They will assist you in creating and adjusting a timeline to your individual needs that can help you be the most successful. Remember to take your time. If you need to wait another year, it is better to wait. If you rush, you can jeopardize your GPA, which will hurt you for a longer time, and it will take you even longer to recover. Applying to programs does not equal graduation, meaning you can apply to programs after you graduate. Yes, it may take longer, but sometimes it's better to take the extra 12 months and apply competitively the first time around. Make sure you build relationship with your professors, TAs, peers, or staff while at Stony Brook. It will help you gain more experiences and opportunities. Take advantage of office hours. Take advantage of opportunities and support services on campus. The Office of Career Services, Tutoring, Student Accessibility Support Services, and or CAPS. Take time to know your university, the academic deadlines, and the deadlines for GP&C. Be sure to take advantage of GP&C each semester. This is where you can set a grade threshold for one course a semester for which you can earn a letter grade or earn a P or an NC for no credit. This can be a savior for your cumulative and or science GPA. Speak to an advisor to learn more. Finally, you want to make sure to take time for yourself during your undergraduate years. Healthcare programs want to enroll students into their programs who know how to take care of themselves, who know their strengths and weaknesses, and know when they need to seek support or guidance for challenges. Take care of yourself by utilizing support staff, exercising, pursuing hobbies that you love, eating healthy, giving back to your community, and spending time with loved ones. We have talked about a lot of things that you can do during your time at Stony Brook to be academically successful and to help you in becoming a successful applicant to healthcare programs. Once you are able to maintain a strong cumulative GPA, a strong math and science GPA, have chosen the right major for yourself, and have created an academic timeline with a healthy balance of coursework, it is important to find time to add some health-related experiences to your plan. I'm now going to turn it over to Megan, a career counselor for pre-health students, to discuss more about the experiences that you can do that can help you become a competitive applicant to professional programs. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Megan, and as Kelly mentioned before, I work in the Career Center primarily with students interested in healthcare. As also previously stated, there is a balance between academic and experiential preparation, and now we will begin to explore how to prepare experientially for your healthcare career. Often students wonder if or when they should build experience. Whether you are exploring your pre-health career path or you know exactly what career you would like to pursue, there are many benefits to building experience. If you are undecided, experience can help you explore by seeing what you like and do not like in the healthcare field. Through volunteering, interning, or working, you can test drive some of the areas that interest you. Your interests may change over time, and you can evolve your experience to explore more of your interests. Ideally, you should build experience in a healthcare setting. However, not all experiences on your pre-health career journey need to be in healthcare. The benefit of gaining healthcare experience is to confirm your interest and investment in a healthcare career. You may be able to say that you are interested in being a doctor, but until you have had exposure and experience in a healthcare setting, it may be hard to confirm your interest or to convince an admissions committee of your investment in the role. In addition to helping you verify your interest in healthcare, you can build additional industry insight, maybe learning about new roles or opportunities you did not know about before. Experience can also help you increase your network and provide you with the opportunity to apply your classroom learning in a new setting. Here are some factors you should consider when planning for experience. Some factors may be more influential than others depending on your unique situation. There are many opportunities that can meet your needs. Understanding these factors can help you find the right experience for you. One factor you may need to consider is access and transportation. If you live on campus without a car, you can begin by building experience here on campus and possibly progress to off-campus opportunities later. Maybe you'll be returning home to New York City for the summer where transportation is easier to access. You can then plan to build off-campus experience during the summer terms. Another factor you should consider is if you need academic credit or experience that pays. Depending on your answer to these questions, it can influence the opportunities you seek. If you need a job that pays, you may be interested in volunteering in the hospital for a few hours a week and pairing it with a job to make money. Or you can choose to seek paid experience in your area of interest. Timing is very important to consider as well. Just as you would plan your courses out for the future, it is important to balance your experience. For example, if you know that you have a very busy semester academically coming up, then maybe it would be a good time to look for experience that requires less time. Opportunities you may want to consider include student groups, volunteering, or maybe shadowing. It is also important to understand the industry expectations for the area of healthcare you are interested in. For example, students interested in becoming physician assistants should know that they need clinical hours to be able to apply to graduate programs. Understanding the industry expectations can help you map out your experience needs and plan. Some of the experience you may wish to build might include volunteering, shadowing, research, clinical, and/or leadership roles. There are many benefits to each area, and depending upon what your interests are in healthcare, this may help you develop a well-rounded resume. Experience can be built in many different ways. For example, you may think you need an internship to build experience, when in fact you can build skills and healthcare experiences in many different roles. Volunteer opportunities and student groups are a great way to get started if you do not have prior experience or if you do not have a lot of availability. You can choose to mix and match these types of experiences as you build up your resume. Here are some examples of on-campus volunteer opportunities. Volunteering at the hospital is a gateway opportunity that can help you progress to other healthcare experience. Volunteering in a hospital is a great way to get exposure in a healthcare setting and can lead to many networking opportunities and industry connections. Volunteering in a hospital is often limited to a few hours a week. Stony Brook Medicine particularly requires about 4 hours per week and is accessible from the main campus. Other ongoing opportunities exist with Long Island State Veterans Home and the Child Care Center also here on campus. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Long Island offers a unique opportunity to be a big sibling in the college mentoring program hosted on campus in partnership with the Career Center. Stony Brook University Big Siblings meet with their little sibling once a week in a structured and supervised setting. Interactions in this program range from mentoring to homework help and fun activities. Depending upon your interests and time commitments, you may look for opportunities that do not require a long-term commitment. For example, Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America and the American Cancer Society host one-day events on campus that often recruit volunteers leading up to the event or for the day of the event. There are many ways to volunteer off campus, both in and outside of healthcare. Community service in general is a great way to build leadership skills and give back to the community. Participating in community service can also help speak to your character in your resume. Island Harvest hosts ongoing and seasonal volunteer opportunities to service the needs of Long Island through support of their food bank. Long Island Head Start hosts volunteers to interact with children through educational and fun activities. Girls Incorporated of Long Island hosts programs to encourage young women to explore the STEM fields. Even though they are not healthcare specific, these experiences can contribute to transferable skills you can later apply to your healthcare career. The sampling on this page is only the tip of the iceberg as far as what is out there for volunteering. Shadowing is valuable regardless of your pre-health interest. Shadowing allows you to observe and experience a day in the life of a career that you're interested in. Shadowing opportunities are not necessarily recruited for. Building connections can help you create these opportunities. Depending on the physician or practice policies, some professionals may say they do not allow shadowing. It may be helpful to see if they would accept volunteers or if they would consider an informational interview if shadowing is not an option. Now, what is an informational interview? An informational interview is when you, the student, interview the professional. Informational interviews can offer insight into a particular profession or industry and possibly even progress into a mentoring relationship. Questions you may wish to ask include, what is a typical day of work like? How many patients do you often see in a day? What do you wish you knew when you were an undergraduate student? How did you decide what type of career you wanted in healthcare and what type of setting you decided to work in? Through questions, you are able to enhance your knowledge and confirm your interests in a particular career. Even if you find out information that you do not like, these types of conversations can still be helpful to you as you focus on the areas you do like. Research is another type of experience to look into depending upon your career path. Research is important to the future of healthcare and can be built on or off campus. Networking with your professors or even faculty from other departments can help you increase your chances of building research experience on campus. A helpful resource if you are interested in building research on campus is Handshake, where some positions across the campus are posted. It may also be helpful to reference the Stony Brook Eureka, URECA, site for additional information and support to identify research opportunities on campus. Keep in mind that not all research positions are recruited for formally. Networking can lead to potential research opportunities across campus and in the hospital. Leadership skills can enhance your experience and role in healthcare. You do not have to be president of an organization to gain leadership experience. Here is an overview of on-campus positions that can foster the growth and usage of leadership skills. For example, as a teaching assistant, you can demonstrate that you not only understand the content, but that you are able to help others learn the content as well. Resident assistants often build leadership skills as they need to communicate, work in a team, problem solve, lead, and address community issues. Leadership skills can make a great addition to your resume. Student groups can also help you explore your professional and personal interests, increase your industry knowledge and network, and allow you to build or demonstrate your skills. If you are just getting started, student groups can be a great place to start building your resume. Some students may decide to apply for e-board positions, and others may build their involvement as a general member. If you're interested in a healthcare career working with patients, clinical roles are helpful to gain insight into how medical professionals interact with patients. Medical scribe roles are one type of clinical experience you may wish to consider. The core purpose of a medical scribe is to enhance the documentation and experience of the patient by freeing up more time for the physician to focus on the patient. Medical scribe tasks and responsibilities will vary by employer and site placement. These positions offer valuable exposure through a blend of shadowing and responsibility, as medical scribes often remain with the physician throughout the shift. The employers shown here are a sampling of employers that have recruited through Stony Brook University. There are a variety of opportunities with hospitals across Long Island, New York City, and beyond, ranging from volunteer opportunities to internship and gap year positions. Some of these roles may be clinical or research in nature. Academic associate roles are offered in internship form with Stony Brook Medicine and in volunteer and gap year form through Northwell Health. Academic associates work in the emergency department to meet with patients to help identify if they are eligible to participate in research studies. Another internship opportunity at Stony Brook Medicine focuses on assistance with the administration of inventories to the geriatric population. There are many programs offered during the summer that offer clinical research and sometimes in a rotational experience. Direct support professional or direct care roles are another great way to build experience working directly with others. In these roles, you often work with individuals with developmental disabilities. Each employer will have a different mission or vision and may provide similar or different services. You may have the opportunity to work with both high or low functioning individuals. The services that each employer offers will influence the type of work you are able to assist with. For example, an individual that is higher functioning may live in an apartment-style facility and be able to function more independently, maybe even holding a part-time job or working towards independent living. A lower functioning individual may need assistance with proper hygiene, learning how to cook, and how to socialize. You may have the opportunity to train for medication administration as well. Now you may be thinking, what does this have to do with healthcare? When working in healthcare, you learn to work with individuals from all walks of life. Direct support roles can help increase your communication, assessment, and creative thinking, among many other skills. For example, if a patient has autism and is having difficulty communicating, you as a healthcare provider may need to spend some time building rapport with the patient before you can begin your examination and treatment. You may need to think creative ways to assess the patient's condition if they are unable to communicate clearly or verbally. Direct support roles are often paid jobs and offer varied hours including days, evenings, and weekends. You can build valuable pre-health experience in a direct support role regardless of the population you want to work with in the future. The Career Center offers many resources to assist in your search for pre-health experience. Handshake is the experience database, which will host thousands of positions ranging from volunteer opportunities to full-time jobs. One of the benefits of using Handshake is that you know the employers are specifically choosing to recruit Stony Brook University students and alumni. Employers also come to campus to recruit at various points throughout the year. Some examples of these events include job and internship fairs, employer panels, and recruitment information sessions. When employers choose to recruit at Stony Brook University, they are choosing to invest their time and resources into students and alumni. Through increasing your industry connections, you can increase your industry insight, as well as knowledge of positions that exist. Each time you gain information from a connection, whether it be someone from industry or a faculty member from campus, you are increasing your knowledge and awareness that can help you advance in your career. Social media is a great tool to engage with throughout your search process. Many companies are utilizing social media for recruitment, but also for sharing their story. Follow the companies you are interested in to learn more about the employer and to stay on top of positions they may be posting. In addition to Handshake, all students should create and manage a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn can help you increase your industry connections and explore experiential opportunities. One way in which you can continue to advance your professional development in healthcare is by joining the healthcare career community. By joining the healthcare career community, the Career Center can better connect you to relevant resources and information to prepare you for a career in healthcare. You can join through Handshake when you update your career interests section. No matter when you are graduating, it is important to begin planning for how you can build experience as a pre-health student. The timeline outlined on the left and the planning grid on the right are two tools which you can reference as you begin mapping out your experience plan. It is important to recognize that you should revisit your plan from time to time and note that your plans may change as time goes on. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about ways you can prepare yourself academically and experientially for a career in healthcare. Both the Pre-Health Advising and the Career Center websites are full of information that can continue to assist you as you progress in your professional development here at Stony Brook University.